regular meeting to order. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Bergen.
Here.
Freeholder Estrada.
Present.
Freeholder Garrettson.
Present.
Freeholder Hudak. Freeholder Jallo. Freeholder Mirabella.
Present.
Freeholder Williams.
Here.
Vice Chairman Kowalski.
Here.
Chairman Granados.
Here.
Chairman, you have 7 freeholders present.
Thank you very much. Clerk of the board, please lead us in the prayer and salute to the flag.
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, and to grant the light of his spirit on all who work for justice and peace. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk of the board, please read the statement of compliance with Open Public Meetings Act.
The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of New Jersey statutes annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of the Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2018, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstances to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2018 in the Administration Building, and further by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2018 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the communication?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Vice Chair Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Bergen.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Garrettson.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Williams.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Kowalski.
Yes.
And Chairman Granados.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 7 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. The meeting is now open to the public for the purpose on commenting on any resolutions being offered for adoption only. Kindly state your name and town of residence for the record and the resolution to which you're referring to, and adhere to the 5-minute time limit. Mayor?
Mayor Raymond Giacobbe, 439 Harbianco Court, Rahway, New Jersey. I believe it's item 3 on the agenda.
Yes.
I'm here on behalf, item 3, and on behalf of my administration, the Rahway City Council, and the Rahway Youth Soccer Program, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the Freeholder Board for the continuous support you give to the City of Rahway, and thank you to supply these young men and women with a state-of-the-art, safe field to play on. I look forward to continuing our great relationship with the City of Rahway and the County of Union. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Mayor. And that was just for anybody looking at the agenda. It's referenced to 2018-996. Any other member of the public wishing to comment on any resolution up for adoption?
Good evening, Chair Granados, ladies and gentlemen of the Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson Garwood. First time in 20 years somebody tried to steal my coat. On page 2, number 977 near the top, that illuminated pedestrian warning sign. I should have commented previously because there was another warning sign that you put up in Westfield. I just wanted to, hopefully this isn't similar to Westfield. Westfield's sign on South Avenue was like 1 block from the intersection with a traffic light, which seemed to make it more of a redundant. So I hope this isn't like being 1 block away from a traffic light where people could automatically cross anyway. Page 3.
The intersection.
Number 986, $21,000 going to, I guess, Intersection Corporation for advertising space for the primary and general elections next year on New Jersey Transit train stations. I'm just wondering, is there any more money that's going to be spent? It sounds like you're going to be also publishing some kind of paper and having it installed. So is there any additional money over and above that $21,000? The one right below that is 987. Purchases of goods and services required for the process of preparing and conducting an election to be provided by various vendors, $17,000. Could you get a little more in detail with that, what that is? That's the first time I'm seeing that, although it might have been on other years. Page 4, number 990 on the top, $22,000 going to O'Brien and Colano. I'm just wondering, the name Colano sounds awful familiar. Was he a prosecutor at one point? Must have retired and opened up his own company. Just a confirmation on that. 993 on that page, Union County Employee Handbook is updated policies. Just for the public, could you give an overview of what's being updated? Number 995 on that page, $157,000, and that's to the straw. And you guys have discussed about it, about open-ended versus not to exceed. And Mr. Yuska did mention that there were other open-ended contracts. I don't recall really seeing any change orders. Have there been change orders for these open-ended contracts? And because it wasn't noted as they were change orders to open-ended contracts. So have there been any? Page 5, number 999, Horvath Towers of Scotch Plains, some kind of deed restriction, an access agreement. I don't know. Can somebody just explain what that is about? Number 1002. There's a settlement in the amount of $160,000 for some kind of pending litigation, Buckley and Wilson versus UC Sheriff's Office. Being that it's a settlement, could you please explain what that suit was about? And also 1003, some $50,000. It's an amendment, $15,000 added to $50,000 to Dakotas Fitzpatrick. Just a comment that Dakotas has been a large donor to the freeholders and their cronies in the past, $125,000 in 4 years. And I guess the last question, it seems to be out of order. And on page 6 and 7, there's like ordinances for first readings, and they're at the end of the agenda. Normally, I remember seeing them at the beginning of the agenda. Just, I guess, could just somebody explain why also now it's kind of out of order? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 986, 987, County Clerk Joanne Rajapi, please. 986, correct, there's no additional funding for that. Is there additional funding?
No,
Right?
no, there is
that's
not.
kinda assumed.
986, Mr. Chairman, intersection has exclusive rights for New Jersey Transit. This is being used to advertise the voter app, which allows people to access the sample ballot for each election, voter registration forms, etc. It's a way to get information about the upcoming election out to people. Resolution 987, various vendors for election. That includes printing of our voter registration lists, preparing transcripts of proceedings. When we have challenges or hearings to petitions, we have a court stenographer present. We have to have a transcript because very often that hearing could go before a court judge. We also have a vendor who translates English to Spanish, a certified Spanish translator. They must be certified by the state to do that because we have bilingual ballots. We also provide certificate and outer envelopes for vote-by-mail ballots. That's an additional service. Mailing absentee ballots overseas. Very often they have to be sent Global Express, which is $50 a ballot to make sure that they get there in time. And finally, we print canvas reports and software maintenance. So those are the vendors' services that we use for each election.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
With reference to 993, Director Yuska.
Through you, Mr. Chair, the policy committee met yesterday and approved the updates to the handbook. Try to go through them briefly. One was in reaction to the new law passed in New Jersey about seasonal and temporary employees getting sick leave. There was an adjustment to the family and medical leave policy delineating that spouses employees within the county and their the county's responsibility to give them time off in case of medical leave. The drug and alcohol policy was updated to be closer to the state. The county, the CDL drug and alcohol testing policy, also the same thing. We were recommended by our councils, outside councils, that needed to be updated and was. Also, the tuition reimbursement policy was slightly adjusted. Kane College is now offering a discount for any of our employees to further their education there. And lastly, the dress code policy was adjusted, and the housekeeping policy for electrical appliances was adjusted.
Thank you very much, Director.
On 994, going back to the open-ended, I believe the question was, were any change orders ever done? Yes, there were occasionally, but they are rarely done. And if I could just add one more line from my explanation before, one of the reasons we do open-ended is also so that other departments might use it. So say the sheriff needed some electrical work that was outside of facilities purview, they could use this contract because it is open-ended. And if they couldn't, and they didn't have time to bid, that would be an emergency. So one of the features and advantages of open-ended contracts is that we don't do in an emergency, which is always considered poor planning. We consider these open-ended contracts as good planning.
Thank you very much, Director.
You're welcome.
County Council, reference to 1002.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that matter is, the litigation involved two sheriff's officers and two sheriff's officers who had been assigned to the K-9 unit. They made claims under the FLSA, which is the Fair Labor Standards Act, and it was reviewed with the board several weeks ago, and in accordance with the recommendation made at that point, we have been able to settle the matter in the amount suggested of $160,000. At this point, until that settlement is finalized, that's all I should say. On the other matter as to why the ordinances have been put at the end, it's primarily because of the code amendment provision which incorporated the policy of the handbook. I thought it was inappropriate to have the handbook provision with reference to the amendments in that until such time as the board actually acted on the resolution adopting that policy.
Thank you very much, County Council.
You're welcome.
Any other members of the public wishing to comment on any resolutions up for adoption?
James Wysocki, 986 Pierpont Street, Rahway, New Jersey. Freeholders, I'd like to thank you guys for the turf field at Madison Airfield. And on behalf of Rahway Youth Soccer and all the kids, thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What's your name and address?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, really reach out.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's probably the goalie. Oh, come on. Bring it down, bring it down.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. I'd like to say thank you all very much. All the teams and all the players will truly appreciate it. We have come from.
If you don't mind stating your name and address,
sure.
please. Town of residence.
My name is Walton Carter. Everyone calls me Coach Neil, and I've been coaching. Oh, you want my address as well?
Town of residence.
Rahway. Thank you. I've been coaching for about 10 years, and we've been playing on a field that the conditions was very, very poor. So with you guys doing this for the town, we really, truly appreciate it. We really do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I just want to make an acknowledgement too that this couldn't have been done without, of course, my Freeholder colleagues, Director Zuber and his park staff, but also the mayor of Raleigh, who's definitely been a major supporter of this project from the very beginning. I know in January we talked about this nonstop and making sure we made this promise to come to fruition before the end of the year. So I just want to thank you for your support and making sure this happened also.
Thank you again, Chairman.
Very nice.
Any other member of the public wishing to comment? Seeing none, may I have a motion to adopt resolutions 2018-973 through 2018-1013?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Vice Chair Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Bergen.
Abstain on 2018-974 and 984. Yes to the remaining.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Garrettson.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Williams.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Kowalski.
Yes.
And Chairman Granados.
Aye at all.
Chairman, you have 7 votes in the affirmative with the exception of 2 resolutions, where you have 6 votes in the affirmative and 1 abstention. And those resolutions are resolutions 2018-974 and 2018-984.
Thank you very much. Tonight, we have 3 ordinances for first reading. Clerk of the board, please read the ordinance by title.
Ordinance number 800-2018, an ordinance to modify the Union County District Solid Waste Management Plan by including a general Class B recycling facility to be owned and operated by New Jersey Rubber, LLC, located at 475 Division Street, Lot 8, Block 1875, in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The proposed facility will have a 300 tons per day capacity to accept, process, and transfer used tires from governmental entities and commercial businesses in the area.
Thank you very much. Freeholder Vice Chair Kowalski, would you please move ordinance 800-2018 for first reading?
Yes, I move that and ask for a second.
So moved.
And
Second.
And final reading and public hearing will be held on December 20th, 2018.
I'll second.
Thank you very much. The motion was made by Vice Chair Kowalski, seconded by Freeholder Mirabella. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Garrettson.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Williams.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Kowalski.
Yes.
Chairman Granados.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 7 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you very much. Clerk of the board, please read the second ordinance by title.
Ordinance number 801-2018, an ordinance fixing the salaries of members of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, the county manager, and department heads.
Thank you very much. Freeholder Bergen, would you please move ordinance 801-2018 for first reading?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Chairman of the Fiscal Subcommittee, I hereby move ordinance number 801-2018 for first reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise same in accordance with the law. The public hearing and final reading will be held on December 13, 2018.
Thank you very much. May I have a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Bergen, seconded by Freeholder Mirabella. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Bergen.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Garrettson.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Williams.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Kowalski.
Yes.
Chairman Granados.
At all.
Chairman, you have
Aye.
7 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you very much. Clerk of the board, please read the third ordinance by title.
Ordinance number 802-2018, an ordinance to amend Part 1, the Union County Administrative Code, Chapter 1, Union County Government Structure, Article 16, Department of Human Services, Article 20, Department of Corrections, Article 24, Department of Economic Development, and Chapter 100, Personnel, Article 16, Employee Handbook.
Thank you very much. Freeholder Bergen, would you please move ordinance 802-2018 for first reading?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Chairman of the Policy Subcommittee, I hereby move ordinance, as a member of the Policy Subcommittee, I hereby move ordinance number 802-2018 for first reading, authorize the clerk of the board to advertise same in accordance with the law, with the public hearing and final reading to be held on December 13, 2018.
Thank you very much. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Motion was made by Freeholder Bergen, seconded by Vice Chair Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Bergen.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Garrettson.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Williams.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Kowalski.
Yes.
Chairman Granados.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 7 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the public for the purpose on commenting on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the county. Kindly state your name and town of residence for the record and adhere to the 5-minute time limit.
Thank you.
That joke say I like it. Look at the funny side coming out today.
It's the holidays, you know? Now, good evening, Chair Granados, ladies and gentlemen of the Freeholder Board. Bruce Patterson, Garwood. I'll comment now on 2008, the ordinance number 800, about the recycling of the 300 tons per day tires. And I'll tell you that this actually is a national crisis about tires. I mean, I remember reading an article a long time ago, but I mean, I think roughly the nation has like at least 1 million tires laying around in various places. I mean, if this is to process and recycle and do whatever they do with the tires around this area, I mean, it's sorely needed and graciously accepted. But that's my comment. I'll probably say it again come time to vote on it. The year's winding down, and I mentioned this last year. The budget cycle that we had this year, the surplus that we had is $67 million, and the running fund balance, ending last year into this cycle was $91 million. And I mean, just looking at the way we're going, that we're actually going to end up with probably a running fund balance at the end of this year, breaking $100 million, $100 million in free cash flow from non-expenditures, and that's 20% of the budget moving forward into 2019. The surplus itself, and these are just conjectures, we'll see the final numbers come March, April, May. But the surplus is probably going to be around $75 to $80 million, and that's a lot of money. And I talked about it in this past 2018 budget cycle, and you're saying it's great, but just looking at all this excess cash, tens and tens of millions of dollars. And I guess I propose, moving forward, and that you have enough time about it, but a lot of the towns kind of swung Democrat, and you guys are Democrat. So now we got a lot of towns that are Democrat, and I think it's time that you loosen your purse strings and spread the wealth around. The last 2 years, possibly 3 years, the budget increases that you did was basically just to increase the surplus. I proved it when I discussed it back in the cycle. There's no denying that. So I'll be the first. I mean, we should see a zero budget increase in the county. County Manager Oatman, I know you do the executive, budget. And hopefully, there'll actually be a negative increase. But, I mean, that's to be done by you guys. So, I look forward to good news, bottom line. And I guess a last comment. I don't know if you guys are going to go into an executive session in December at all, but and I don't know if you guys actually do this or not, but the newly elected freeholders, if you do go into an executive session that has issues that go into next year, you will invite them in to sit down in your executive session. So that's a suggestion. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Tom Blattner, and I'm the president of Janus Solutions, a human service consulting firm, and I'm here to thank you regarding Resolution 981. Our firm has been completely devoted for 30 years to one thing, and that is improving the effectiveness and efficiency of services to the least fortunate among us. And we are going to be working with your Division of Social Services, and I want to sincerely thank you for the opportunity to take this challenge on, and I promise that we will do our very best in support of the residents of the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other member of the public? Seeing no one else, I'll formally close that portion of the meeting and move on to Freeholder reports and comments. Freeholder Garrettson?
Sure, thank you, Chairman. I'd like to just start by saying Thanksgiving truly kicked off the holiday season. I hope everyone enjoyed, time with family and our long several days off, but it truly was just a very, very good kickoff to the season with so many other holidays coming up. I want to share that Hillside recently had back-to-back victories. They are the Central Jersey Group 2 champions, second year in a row, so that should be exciting for everyone. And it's the first time that we will actually have a competition against the South Group 2 champion, which was Haddonfield, so it'll be this Saturday at MetLife Stadium. But I'm also just proud to report that the young men, several of the young men from the team was able to meet some of the giants recently with the community food bank. So they're kind of some little superstars. So it's just fun that our county has some wonderful community service, but also talented young men. I also wanted to share that the Sheriff's Office, who's here now, so if you want additional information, you can ask him, but he has a tree of hope. There is the tree down in this building and also in the Jerry Green building in Plainfield. So please see the sheriff if you want additional information. And finally, I just wanted to also thank the mayor from Rahway, who's not here anymore, for joining us this evening, and also Rebecca for the lovely presentation from the Free Walkers. And that's my report for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Freeholder Garrettson. Freeholder Bergen?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can't help but say it. As you said, free walkers, I was thinking it sounds almost like a derogatory term about freeholders, but it's not.
That's freeholders.
That was good. I love it. I love it.
I don't want to miss an opportunity to respond to Mr. Patterson's comments on the surplus. I won't go into detail. I've done that many times before, but I respectfully disagree with his view of things, and I believe we are being fiscally prudent in what we've done with the budget, and that's enough said for tonight. I want to mention two fun educational events that are coming up. I think I mentioned this at our last meeting. The Model Railroad Club of Union County continues to hold its annual holiday sound and light shows. Those are at the A. Paul Mallory Railroad Center. It's in Lenape Park, but it's actually off Route 22 in Union Township behind the Home Depot. Again, I mentioned this before, but when my son was little, we used to go there. It is a fabulous show, so if you have kids, if you're a kid at heart, then please do get a chance to go over there. You can get more details on our website. I also want to mention Trailside Nature and Science Center. This Saturday, December 1st, is going to be having a program concerning peregrine falcons. And for those of you who don't know, Union County is home to a, now I think it was the second year, a mating pair of falcons up on our courthouse. We've had falcons there for many years, but this year we did have some successful chicks. We have cameras. We had a mic up there this year. It didn't work most of the time, but we're hoping that'll be back next year. And so this program on Saturday will tell you all about falcons, but all through the year you can go on our website and see live and in person our own pair of falcons. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder Bergen. Freeholder Williams?
I just have one thing. I'm happy to announce that the county will be continuing a series of traffic safety improvements in my hometown of Plainfield. This time they're working along the East Front Street corridor, and they'll be in 2020 beginning to modernize all the traffic lights and systems, and we'll be rebuilding intersections along East Front Street at the intersection of Watchung Avenue, Roosevelt Avenue, and at the intersection of Norwood Avenue and Richmond Street. Norwood Avenue and Richmond Street should be of particular interest because that's where our Plainfield Senior Citizens Center is located, and this will really assist folks in crossing the roadway safely. The improvements will be costing $1 million, but they're fully funded through federal grant dollars, and there will be a public hearing in Plainfield at the next council meeting there, which is this coming Tuesday at 7:30 at the Municipal Courthouse, which is also Plainfield Council Chambers. And everyone is invited to attend and provide input. That's all I have, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Williams. Freeholder Estrada.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of things. As you know, there's such a thing as the day after Thanksgiving being called Black Friday, but there's many other days following that day. For example, Saturday is considered a downtown day, where people should be, I would be reminded by my staff about going to the downtowns and spending some money downtown to stimulate the business in our local area. And of course, everybody knows about Cyber Monday, where everybody buys online and that's where you get the biggest discounts. But remember, Tuesday is the day of giving. And that's something that is very critical. I had the opportunity of going out to the Salvation Army, utilize that day as a day of where they make collections. They were out by the train station in Elizabeth, ringing their bells. And it's amazing how many people do care. And while I was there anyway, they actually made a lot of donations, which is great. There's a lot of people in need and a lot of people who need to be remembered on this particular days of the week. And I know that my colleague expressed about the model train show, but I had the opportunity on Black Friday, instead of going shopping, to go see the model trains. Now, it's not only for adults or children who are old. I invited my brother-in-law who was visiting from upstate New York, and I said, hey, listen, we have to go to this place. It's outstanding. And they're going to be opened, actually, the 30th, December 1st, the 2nd, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. And I tell you, you don't really have to like trains to go to these kinds of events. Now, this happens to be, it's called the Union County Model Train Show. Now, I knew that we owned the property, but they make it very, very clear that, yes, this is Union County property, but we're not funded by Union County. I got to check with Ron, make sure that's the way it is. But they really have a very, very nice operation, a lot of historical facts about trains in this area and New Jersey overall. The amount of commitment that I saw from the people that were there is tremendous. I mean, this is people who spend hours building this mock-up cities and everything else. It's very amazing, very amazing. So if you have the time, the model train show will be more than glad to have you there. They have shows planned for the whole day. A lot of kids having a great time. I think there was many kids, because I did my own survey, at least 82% will be starting their own trains at home, so that's good. I'm sure the parents would love that. Keep them very, very busy. So that concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Estrada. Freeholder Mirabella.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This Sunday, December 2nd at 2 o'clock will be the final date of the year for our sensory-friendly theater series at the Union County Performing Arts Center in Rahway. In the spirit of the season, Sunday's show will be the beloved classic, The Nutcracker, performed by the American Ballet. I hope you all can join us. I'm happy to report that the sensory-friendly theater series will continue again next year, beginning Sunday, January 27th, with a one-man bubble extravaganza. Bubble Trouble. Do not miss that one. Sensory-friendly theater offers a relaxed environment for children with sensory sensitivities. The shows are designed so that these kids can be themselves, enjoy the shows, and their families can feel welcome and have a good time enjoying the theater. The sensory-friendly theater series began in 2012 under my chairmanship at the time, and I'm very proud that each chairman throughout the years since then has supported this program. It's terrific for the community. For information about this upcoming performance and future performances, not only about sensory-friendly theater, but about any programming at the Union County Arts Center, please call the box office or look up the Union County Performance Arts Center website. Mr. Chairman, I must say I enjoyed the mobile meetings that we had up until this point in Plainfield, in Westfield, and Summit. I'm sure the staff enjoyed them less than I did. It's a huge effort to pack and unpack this caravan of freeholders, but I do think it's important to note that we're taking county government out into the communities, and in Plainfield and in Westfield and in Summit was wonderful, and the turnout was terrific by the communities there. However, it is very nice to be back here in Elizabeth. I'll add a bit to Freeholder Bergen's comments about the budget. It seems to come up some criticism at times. It should not be understated or missed on any level that this county enjoys a AAA bond rating. And that means that we are among the strongest, best managed counties in the state of New Jersey. Very few counties enjoy such a high bond rating, and that really should not be missed. And that's important, and it gets overlooked on a regular basis. It's a testament to the leadership provided by this Freeholder Board. It's a testament to the management by the county manager and the directors. And it's a credit to our staff who execute the policies in a prudent, efficient manner. A AAA bond rating is a big deal. I'll also add just 2 seconds to, and I appreciate Freeholder Estrada's comments on shopping local, Small Business Saturday. I'd encourage residents to shop local throughout the holiday season in all our downtowns. They all have so much to offer our residents, and you can really do the local mom and pop shop holders a big credit by stopping in their stores and buying something locally. It'll keep them in business and keep our downtowns thriving. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll conclude my remarks.
Thank you, Freeholder Mirabella, and I just want to thank you also in reference to the mobile meetings as the first chairman to actually create the mobile meetings. I just want to thank you and your leadership in going out into communities and having that vision a couple of years ago.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. County Council?
No comments, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
County Manager?
Just want to apologize to Mr. Patterson again for the coat jacket.
Ryan, do you want to have any comments? Good? Okay, sounds good. Vice Chair Kowalski?
Thank you, Chairman. On November 16th, we had a celebration at our new family court building to mark the 11th annual National Adoption Day in Union County. And this event was made possible by the hard work of many within the Union County Surrogate's Office, the New Jersey Division of Child Protection and Permanency, CASA of Union County, and the Office of Law Guardians. Together, we celebrated 16 children who found their forever families in 7 Union County homes. And I'd just like to mention one of those families included 6 children who had been scattered around in several different homes, and for 4 years, their advocates had been working to try and get this family together, and they succeeded. And I think there wasn't a dry eye in the house. The children were so happy, and all of the family. So that was something to see. So I think we all would agree that all children should have the opportunity to grow up in a stable and secure and loving environment. And so I'm proud of this Freeholder Board and all our county partners for participating in that. Women of Excellence. There's still time to submit nominations for our annual Women of Excellence Awards, which celebrate women who've made a powerful contribution to life in Union County. And of course, we know it's more important than ever to recognize and celebrate the work of women at every level of society. So the fields that women may be nominated for their work in are arts and humanities, business and entrepreneurial, community service, education, government, law enforcement, medicine and healthcare, and child and youth and women's advocacy. So the deadline for nomination is December 3rd. Still got a few days. If you would like more information, please check out our website or call 908-527-4890, 527-4890. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Appreciate it. As we're talking about Thanksgiving time out, I want to recognize and acknowledge our employees, including our Deputy County Manager, Amy Wagner, that coordinated through our Office of Community Engagement and Diversity, Natalie Hernandez, in having county employees volunteer in local soup kitchens and food pantries and making sure they were getting these locations ready for helping out individuals who are in need and who are going to attend those facilities during Thanksgiving Day. So I just want to thank all the county employees who volunteered their time, who went on the weekend on their own time, to make sure that they continue to give back to helping out their community and helping out the residents who are in need. So that's something we're truly, on behalf of this Freeholder Board, we're grateful for and extremely appreciative of. Also, on December 8th, Saturday at 1 p.m., we're going to be opening a brand new dog park at Warren Ankle Park. It's definitely going to be a great event. Recall this Freeholder Board's been pushing for making sure we create another dog park across the county, and I know we have one already located in Echo Lake Park in Moundside. This will definitely be a great addition that I know our Freeholder colleagues are all pet lovers here and been pushing forward to making sure this happens. So I look forward to residents, our Freeholder colleagues, and all pet lovers in joining us on December 8th as we open up this brand new dog park at Warren Ankle Park. Also, in reference to the Sandy Hook Memorial, I would like to invite all citizens who are concerned about gun violence to join this Freeholder Board for a memorial ceremony on Friday, December 14th from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the gazebo in Echo Lake Park. Along with the New Jersey chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, we will honor the memory of the 26 children and adults who were murdered in a single act of gun violence at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut in 2012. The memorial ceremony is a message of peace and hope for the future, and in paying respect to the victims of this horrible crime, we renew our commitment to push for common sense national policies that stop the spread of deadly weapons in our communities. If you'd like more information about the memorial ceremony, please contact Natalie Hernandez in our Office of Community Engagement and Diversity at 908-527-4880. And I also want to just thank, special thanks to our law enforcement personnel, our Director of Public Safety, and our Sheriff Corvelli also for their work they're doing in making sure that they are working with residents and working with organizations that are promoting gun safety and making sure that all our communities are safe across the county. So thank you for your leadership in both those efforts. And with that said, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.